first grade. I think I'm in a hurricane. It's just like the wind has been building. I've heard some thunder, like the rain is starting to pull in. It's just crazy. Just hold on a minute. I gotta get inside. Whoa. That was crazy. It's a good thing we're talking about hurricanes today. I mean, I was all ready and then just, whoa, like out of nowhere. So, did you know a hurricane is like a recipe? Like, it's like making something. So, I thought that was how I could show you today how hurricanes happen. So, I need my apron and we need a pot. So, guys, what makes a hurricane? I gotta get settled here. I mean, whoa. Whew, that thing was crazy. So, what makes a hurricane? Well, the first thing that you need to make a hurricane is actually about the earth. We all know the earth is spinning, right? And the spin of the earth actually creates something called Coriolis. Coriolis is this phenomenon where, because of the spin of the earth, the winds in the northern hemisphere, which is the part above the equator, they go clockwise, okay? The winds in the southern hemisphere, as the earth is still spinning, go counterclockwise. What do you think that's going to do if you've got some wind going this way and some wind going this way? It starts to build some pretty powerful wind. You need Coriolis to have your hurricane. It's going in the pot. The second thing you need is warm ocean water. That's why hurricanes usually form in parts of the world right around this area. They don't form up here by the North Pole, and they don't form down here either. They form in the warm waters on either side of the equator. Did you know they actually never do form right on or right by the equator, though? Do you know why? There's no Coriolis at the equator because that's the middle of the winds that are spinning this way and the winds that are spinning the other way. Pretty cool, huh? So we've got our Coriolis in the pot already. Now we're going to put in warm ocean water. Let's see. Ooh. Getting interesting. The next thing we need is for thunderstorms to already be forming in the air above us, in the sky up above us. So if you imagine that we're right over here between, Africa and North America, kind of right where this big whale is, if there's already big thunderstorm systems developing, and you have Coriolis, which we always have, and you have that warm ocean water, you're really starting to build the potential for a hurricane. So, into the pot. It's not doing, definitely looks like a storm, but we're not hurricane happening here yet. So, what do we need? There's one more thing. You need a little push. What does that mean? Well, it can be a few different things, but actually, the thing it most usually is, for hurricanes that come our direction up here, it's usually these warm winds that are coming off the coast of Africa. They have a really fancy science name, and I forget it. But they come this way, and if those start forming at the very same time that we have all these other ingredients, oh my. Wow. Guys, I better put a lid on it because now we have a hurricane. This is a picture of Hurricane Fran. This hurricane approached Florida in 1996 and caused a lot of damage. But look at this shape. Isn't that amazing? This picture was taken from space. So a few extra things you might want to know about hurricanes. Did you know they can be hundreds of miles across? You can really tell that here because here's Florida, and look, the hurricane is huge, right? Another thing is that hurricanes have layers. So all of these outside layers are where the rain is, and then as it spins closer and closer to the middle, that's where the wind gets more and more powerful. As you approach the middle, the wind gets stronger and stronger and stronger until finally you reach this area right in the center. This is called the eye wall, and that's where the storms are the most violent and the wind is the hardest, the strongest. What about the eye? Do you guys know about the eye of a hurricane? In the eye of a hurricane, it can be completely still because you're between the spinning. If you actually have a hurricane go over you, you'll notice that. You have the rain and the storms and the wind picks up more and more and more, and then suddenly it's totally calm. But it's not over because you have to have this whole other part of the storm pass over you. It's one reason that a slow-moving hurricane can be so devastating. So let me think if there's anything else. Well, that's a little about hurricanes. I am sending you some ways to learn more. And also for your writing today, one of your choices is to be a history reporter, which is to ask someone you know, an adult, maybe grandma or grandpa or another older adult friend, to tell you about a hurricane they remember in their lifetime. And for you to just write a little bit about that for a fun challenge. So that's a little teaser about hurricanes, and I'm going to stay inside because, again, that was crazy. I'm also going to keep the lid on this pot because we made a wild hurricane in there. I want to tell you a little bit about the math that you're going to be doing today. I better take off my apron. So today we're going to keep doing addition with regrouping. And the thing that I want you to know is that today you're going to be robots. Do you think I should be a robot to show you what I mean by that? Okay, ready? I am now a robot and I know how to regroup. What is my robot plan? Robots do the same thing every time. They are predictable machines. So what is my robot plan? Well, today I just want you to practice being a math robot and doing the same thing every single time you regroup. What are the steps we're going to do over and over? First, you're going to add the ones. Then you're going to hang up the 10. Then you are going to add all the 10s. If we remember all three of those things every time, we will have success. Let's go over those one more time. Because robots do the same thing every time. Add the ones, hang up the 10, add all the 10s. I have a problem for us to try it with. All right. 38 plus 13. Sorry, my screen keeps getting where you can see it. 38 plus 13. We need to do the same steps every time. We remember what they are. First, what should I do? Add the ones. I have these up here as a handy reminder. Everybody, what is 8 plus 3? It's 11. 11 is 1 10 and 1 1. So I'm going to put the 1 1 here. And I'm going to put the 1 10 up here. Now I'm ready to add my 10s. What is 3 plus 1? 4. Wait. Stop. Don't forget the other one that I already brought over, okay? So it's not just 3 plus 1, it's 3 plus 1 plus 1. So we have 5. That marker is not very dark. 38 plus 13 is 51. You guys can do that over and over and over, especially if you are math robots. and do the same thing every time. I know you can do it. Sometimes thinking about it that way helps you make sure that you're doing each step, each time, just like a little machine. Now tomorrow, you're going to be an extra special thinking machine. You're going to have to be a regrouping detective. You're going to have to decide when you see a problem, do I regroup or not? That's a little more challenging. So before we do that, we need to make absolutely sure that we know how to do the same thing over and over and over so that it's a routine in our mind when we regroup. I think you guys are going to do awesome at it. So don't forget, your robot plan is to do the same thing every time. And that is to add the ones, to hang up your 10 that you make. If your ones that add up to more than 10, then you need to hang up the 10, and then you need to add all the 10s. So I hope you have fun with that practice. My papers went everywhere, but look, you have this sheet today. It even has your little robot at the top, okay? 9 problems. Do them each the same way, over and over. The more you do it, the more you'll know how to do it. And then there's one other page that's fun. This is a math riddle. I think you're going to figure it out right away, but it's fun to figure it out by finding all the right numbers too. So have fun with those, and you also have the writing today that I talked about. I think that's all for today, guys. I can't think of anything else. I've been keeping my weather log. I'll show you that before I go. Look, my weather log is coming along great. I only have 3 more days. I haven't put today in yet because I wanted to see how warm it would get. But look, isn't it interesting that it's gone up and down so much? But it's always been between, let's see, the lowest it ever was during the day was 45. And the highest it was one day it got to be 80. So it's always been within about 35 degrees. Nothing below 45, nothing above 80. And that was just one day. So maybe that's pretty accurate for spring. And then I also have my pictures up there. Can you guys see the day that it actually we had a little thunderstorm? It was in the morning. Did anybody hear it on Saturday morning? It was so cool. I just saw it raining and then suddenly flash. And then about a second and a half later, we heard the thunder. So it was probably about 7 miles away from the center of the storm. So I'm excited to finish off my weather log. I really hope you guys learn some more stuff about hurricanes today. They're really, really fascinating. Like I said, they can be very destructive. So I think that's all for today. Definitely send me your math and your writing, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.